Yo, what's up, guys? It's Bach here, and today I just want to make some shit. I'm all caught up on work. I got a couple projects I guess I should probably be working on, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like working on something for myself. Sometimes as artists, we got to stop that flow, pause it for a minute and work on something for ourselves. Because we need that creativity. We need to stay creative. We need to stay doing something we want. Because I do a lot of logo design, sign painting. Sometimes I paint signs for people that I didn't design, and that kind of sucks because there's a particular way I like my designs to look. But I'm blabbing too much. Let's do something today. So today what I want to do is a little wooden cutout. And I was thinking the other day, I've always wanted to make wooden cutouts that I can hang, just hang from my ceiling, from my shop. As you can see, I just like making stuff that I could display. So I thought, why not make a rabbit's foot? I could hang it from my necklace. I could hang it from my shop. I could put it on my shop for sale. I don't know. We'll see. I just want to draw something up, cut it out of wood, paint it, resin it. I don't know. Make it look cool. I don't know exactly where we're going with this. We're just going to make something cool. And I thought maybe a rabbit's foot would look badass. So, first off, got my little handy dandy cheap printer paper. Got my Stabilo because I don't know where my pencil is. But I'm going to look for pictures of rabbit's foot because off the top of my head, I kind of remember what they look like. But I want to freshen it up, freshen up my memory on them. So let's go on the interwebs. Hope you guys can see there. Let's see, I'm just going to open up my browser here. Maybe I'll just go to Google and type in rabbit's foot. Is that how you spell rabbit? I don't know. I'm not a speller. There's some rabbit's foot action right there. That's probably good enough. It's eBay. Of course, they're selling it $10. Jesus Christ. If you go to West Coast Customs, their shop, they sell them for $1. So there you go. But that's a good picture to start off with. So let's just base it off of that. I mean, that looks like a traditional rabbit's foot to me, right? So first I want to draw the top, the little hanger or whatever. Just a rough sketch, rough little sketch. And I'm going to redraw this on the piece of wood later. I just want to get a basic idea for what it's going to look like. And usually, the hair comes down. I'm going to make it kind of scraggly or whatever. Let's see, let's just kind of make it come in like this. Let's make it kind of look like it's swinging already, because it's not going to be a real rabbit's foot. It's not going to be furry, so we got to make it look like it's furry. I don't know. That's probably good, right? Does that look like a rabbit's foot? I have no idea. Maybe we could just add little lines here to make it look like it's got some hairs or some of the rabbit's fur. And this might be too tall, I don't know. But we can even put in like a little highlight here, paint it gold or whatever color, silver, whatever color we want to make it. Maybe I could gold leaf that. That'd be sick. Yeah, let's do that. Let's gold leaf that sucker, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you guys could learn how to do some gold leaf too. If you haven't watched my gold leaf videos, you should probably go watch those. I teach you how to not touch the gold leaf unless it's real gold. Then you can touch it, but it will tarnish if you don't take care of it. But yeah, I think that's good enough, right? Let's see. Simple little design, nothing too crazy. And then I want to cut, so I'll make it out of wood, right? Maybe I'll do it double-sided, right? I'll round off the edges and stuff, so that when you turn it, the back, you know, it's just kind of got rounded edges all the way around. But we're gonna cut this little hole right here, and then maybe I'll go to the hardware store and get the little chain to match. I wonder if they make real thick ones that look like the little ones with the balls on them that you hook, you know what I'm saying? That'd be sick if they make them look where they're like, you know, bigger than the little tiny little chains, and it'll look really cool. But what's the next step, you say, huh? Let's get some wood. Let's get to cutting. Let's go do that. This is what I'm gonna use right here. It's a little scroll saw. It'll get the job done, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm doing little cuts. All right, so I already drew it on here. Let's cut it out and see what happens. Oh, that's loud. You guys hear that? Is it vibrating? Oh no, it sure is. All right, so. Now what I gotta do is get this and drill out the little hole up here so that I could put my chain through it. I messed it up, but this is the first run, so they'll get better. I'm probably just gonna redraw it, recut it, and what happened was the drill bit that I used to cut the hole was way too big for this little design. And while it was, you know, cutting into the wood, it snapped off a chunk of it. Could you see it? But, I mean, I could use wood putty, fix it and all that, but I don't like doing that. So I'm gonna cut a whole new one and I'll be right back. All right. So I got it. I made it a little bit bigger, as you can see. And I rounded off the edges and stuff. I didn't take too much time on it. I could literally go in and clean up these edges, make it more round and all that, but this is the first one I'm making, and I want to see what it would look like after I paint it. I can clean up the edges with the paint. I think I'm gonna outline in black, make it kind of cartoon style. So it has a hole now, so I could put the chain on it. I might put one of these chains on it. That'd be kind of cool, like this right here. Let's see. I don't know yet. Let's see. Yeah, that'll look sick. That'll look pretty badass. I don't know if you can see that. So maybe I'll do one of these and then do all this gold leaf, paint it black and white, you know, like always tint the white a little bit with some brown so it looks a little bit more ivory. Because I'm actually going to be using acrylics on this. I'm not going to be using one shot because it'll take too damn long to dry, and I just want to finish it. I want to do it today, and I have it done from start to finish today. You know what I'm saying? So I think it'll be cool. So we don't get paint on my table, I use that. And today, let's see, we'll be using these golden acrylic enamels. Golden acrylics. Why am I saying enamel? I'm gonna use the titanium white. I'm gonna put a dab of brown, because a little dab of D. This is raw umber actually, so it'll be a nice tint to that white, and then just carbon black because it's my favorite black. Honestly, when it comes to paints, I love golden for acrylics and one shot for my enamels. Those are basically the only two types of paint I use. I've tried a few others, didn't like them, but I'm willing to try more. So far, these do good for me, so I'm happy, and that's what I'm gonna use. So that's what we're gonna use today to color these in. Just with a little brush, you know what I'm saying? So let's do it. Just gonna palette in these little brochures here, but I'm just gonna get a little bit of white. And like I said, just a drop of brown. I'm gonna use these Royal Langnickels. That's actually too much brown, so we'll add a little bit more white. I should be mixing it in a cup, but I already know I'm not gonna need a lot. That's enough here for me. And I'm just gonna use it kind of like a base, you know? I'll just cover it all. It'll be like my primer. And then we'll outline everything. The edges, get the edges all nice and covered. I'll primer both sides, and then I'll come in and paint one side at a time later after this dries. I'm gonna switch to this little brush right here. It's another Langnickel. It's a number 12 chisel tip. Same kind of brush, but I'm gonna start outlining. So I'll pour me a little bit of black. Get that brush nice and wet. And then just start brushing these edges. I want to get these edges covered. Because in the end, it'll make it look real clean if the edges are done nice. All right, now that the edges are nice and saturated, I don't know if you can see, they're just black, just the edges. I'm gonna switch gears here. I'm gonna switch to one shot. This is the fast dry gold size, and that's what I'm gonna be applying as the glue for the gold leaf, because I'm gonna, you know, make the tip gold leaf, because why not, you know? We're just experimenting, we're just having fun. Took the chains off. So that's what I'm gonna do. So now that I'm switching to oil, I want to make sure and I get all my water-based stuff out of here. Now I'm using oil brushes. I'm using mineral spirit to basically clean my brush, get the oil out. What I'm actually going to use for reducing is a little bit of this Freak Flow, especially for gold leaf, because it dries a little bit faster, it evens out, and I've never had any problems with it. So Freak Flow, it's just a reducer for the paint. Don't use it to clean out your brushes because it's expensive, but for sure use it to reduce your paint if you want to eliminate as much brush stroke as possible, which when you're doing gold leaf, you don't want those brush strokes on there, so it's perfect for gold leaf. Since we don't need a lot, I'm just gonna use what's on this little thing here, you know. And I'm only gonna apply it to where I want the gold to stick. I'm actually not gonna use that reducer because, I mean, this is brand new out of the can. It's pretty reduced, and I don't need much of it, so I'm just gonna do it like this. And I'm under controlled temperature here because I have the AC on. So this is probably going to take about 20 to 30 minutes to be ready for the gold leaf. So I'm just going to pretty much let it sit here. Go clean out my brush. Put all this away. And then move on to the next step, which is applying the gold leaf. Alright, it's been 20 minutes. So I'm going to try to put this leaf on here. The way you can tell if it's ready for leaf is if you run your knuckle on it and it makes a little, you won't be able to hear it, but if it makes a little, like a squeaky clean noise, then it's ready. I'm just going to use these pieces of leaf that I have left over from another job. It's not for a client, nothing serious, it's just for fun. So we're going to put this leaf on here. And you don't want to touch, this is fake leaf, so you don't want to touch it with your fingers. I'm just putting it on with using the paper. Let's see. I'm gonna do this and this, and just press it. This isn't a car, so it's not gonna be all fancy. We could spin it, but I'm not gonna spin it. I'm just gonna put the leaf on there, paint my outlines over it. Now I'm lifting it off the surface so that it doesn't scratch the bottom now. But looks like there was no issues. Looks like it worked out. There's the gold. I'm gonna let that sit just a little bit. And I'm being aggressive with it. I don't really care because it's gonna look clean when it's done. There's no worries on my end. I'm gonna outline the whole thing once it's all done. To get all this excess leaf here, what we usually like doing, me and most people that do gold leafing, is we'll take a makeup brush. I don't know what kind of makeup it is. What is it, a foundation brush or whatever? And then you just get all the excess leaf off of there, you know? You know what I forgot? I didn't put any in there. But in there, I'm going to actually paint black because it's going to be the outline. So, yeah, and these bristles are soft enough to wipe the excess leaf, but they won't scratch what's actually staying on the surface. So, it's perfect for this. All right, so here we are. We're going to start outlining this sucker. Got the gold on there. Got some of this black here. Let's see if we can do this. So what I want to do is keep some strokes going here. Boom. Ooh. Ooh. So let's see. It's not a very good brush for getting some points going on here. Or maybe it's just not broken in. It's a brand new brush. I washed it. But it's not leaving nice strokes. Let's see. So here I want to fill that in with that light. It's almost a gray actually, even though I used brown, but it's almost like a gray. But I'm gonna outline all this. I'm gonna give it a nice thick black outline. Remember, this is that metal piece on top. I don't know if you've ever had one of these. I'm an 80s baby, so I remember these very well. My parents had them. Now, I don't believe in luck, but these are definitely nostalgic to me. This and fuzzy dice, they're all kind of in the same realm, at least for me, because my dad had them in his cars. He used to have some pretty cool cars. He would buy and resell, but he would actually like custom paint the cars and then resell them. He never really kept any of his cars. I'm trying to get as clean lines as I could, but it's really hard with this brush. It really needs to be broken in. But it's fine. It's working. It's working. Let's see. Look at that. I don't like when it does that. But like I said, this is just like a little practice. And right now we're basically just inking. I don't know if you could see. I just want to add a couple little strokes there because I want it to look like fuzzy hair, you know? Oh, I don't like how that stroke. The stroke looks like it's connected to this one, and this one should be a separate stroke here. But it's alright. I'll come in with that gray right now and touch some of it up. Not too shabby. I'm liking it. I think it's gonna be a really cool addition to my studio. Man, yeah, these brushes are not really made for points. I think that's what they're supposed to be for, but I'm not getting very good points out of them. This is a custom brush I'm working on. This is a Spock brush. You can't buy them anywhere, but once I work out all the kinks, maybe you will. I'm trying to figure it out. And then, as you can see here, you can see some of that gold. You see that gold there? That's supposed to be hair there. So I'm gonna come in with that white. I still have to do some little white highlights in there, so that'll be a white highlight there. It'll look good when it's done. Just gotta make sure the top of the stroke looks smooth. It's not bad. That's not bad. But actually, let's make this a little bit. I wonder if I should put some little. I'm just gonna add some shading. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I dig it. And then of course, we still have to paint the inside here. I'll probably hit, once it's all done, I'll probably hit it with a really high gloss clear coat. So that the gold leaf, so it's worth having the gold leaf there, because if the gold leaf isn't shiny, I might as well have just used like metallic paint, like cheap metallic paint at that. But we're gonna make sure it looks nice and shiny. Maybe I can tape it off, and I can use real high gloss clear on the. Oh, what am I thinking? I'm gonna actually resin pour the whole thing. I have to use the UV clear, the UV resin. That way I could finish today, because this is supposed to be a one-day project. I don't want it to turn into something way harder. That looks good to me. Let's wipe this brush and see if I could add some of these little white highlights on there. Just a little bit of white. I'll mix it up a little bit, get it in that brush. Color that in. This is basically going to be one of the highlights. So I'm going to try to get a nice little even brush stroke. And then I'm going to try to blend it a little bit. Cover up that yellow, that gold leaf. It's getting a little bit of that hair look, looking like highlights. Could even come in here. Nice little highlight there. One there. I just want to gonna add some of these highlights to help it look 3D and like it's actually hair, you know, or fuzz. I don't know if you can see that. You can actually see the gold leaf, you know, shining, and then you can see the little white highlights inside. Just gives it more of a 3D effect. You want to have those highlights so it looks 3D because you're still on a flat surface. And that's me just talking out of my ass. That's what I believe I'm doing. I don't know. I didn't go to art school. Then we got to do the same on the back. So let's let that dry completely. I'm gonna go clean my brush and we'll do the back. Now, as of now, this is basically a matte finish, right? So it's all painted. There's no clear, but what I want to do is I want to add a clear coat just to the gold leaf. Not only will it protect it, but it'll give it a little bit of a shine so that it looks like metal, you know? So I'm gonna use this Gilder's window spar varnish just because it's super clear, goes on smooth, and I never have any issues with it. So let's use it. I'm gonna use the same brush since it's clean and I don't need very much of this because it's such a small piece. So I'm pretty much just gonna, let's see, get you guys closer. Pretty much just gonna brush it on here. And look at how it brings out that gold. Now this isn't real gold, I'm using just imitation, but I'm actually gonna go right over the black as well, but just on this top part. So it looks a little uniform, you know? I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Just put it on there. I don't know if you can see how much this shines. It's a beautiful shine. I love this stuff. And that's it. That's it pretty much. All done. We'll just let it cure. It should be dry in like 30 minutes. Cured in about an hour or so. But yeah, I think it looks badass. What do you think? Cool little, you know, just a little project to show you how to do a wooden cutout. You can apply all these methods to basically any wooden cutouts. You can make giant wooden cutouts. There's even cleaner ways to do them. You can get a CNC router if you really want to get some clean cuts, but this is just by hand, you know? And I mean, I think it came out pretty dope. We'll put the chain through there, hang it from the shop. Just be a cool little conversation piece for when people come in here. You know. But well, thanks a lot. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you like the video. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll answer whatever it is you need. And yeah, I could shoot a matte coat clear on the bottom, or I could just do what I said I was gonna do. Originally, what I was gonna do is just pour a resin over it, but it was all gonna be completely shiny. And the way I would have had to do that would be to set it on something, pour the resin, let that dry overnight, flip it over, pour the resin, let that dry overnight. Or like I said earlier, I would use my UV resin and cure it. It cures in like 2.5 minutes. Cure each side and then flip it. But I didn't want to go through all that. This is not really an important piece. It's just to show you guys that, it's easy to do these wooden cutouts. And if your designs are super cool, you can sell them. You can make money off of this stuff. Of course, I'm just making this for the shop, but if somebody offers to buy it, I'll sell it. We usually open the shops on first Fridays. We'll have live art outside. I have new drops every first Friday. I have either a new shirt or new stickers, new designs. But this will just be hanging in the shop. Now you know how to do some wooden cutouts. Now you know what tools you need. There's other tools you could use to make things, easier on you, faster. But this is what I had in hand, and not too bad for like a little, 1 hour or so of work. Not too shabby. See you later, man.